Hi, this is Sam Smyth Imports, and this is a Triumph 1961 TR3. They call them TR3Bs. Anyway, it's the last of its year there. This car came in needing all sorts of work. It had been restored. They did all the body and everything, and then just kind of threw back all the drivetrain, interior, and everything else. So we've been going through it, wiring, everything. We may have a problem, may need another steering rack. Somebody over adjusted it, and there was worn out bushings in the front of the rack, and instead of fixing that, they put a new rack in it, and they over adjusted it and adjusted the thing all wrong, and it may have damaged the steering box. So anyway, with that being said, it's going to be on a road test. It's been a while since we've done anything. The gas gauge isn't working right now. We just topped it up with a little petrol, and I'll worry about that in a minute and see what we need to do. Meanwhile, we're going to check out everything else, our carburation, our adjustment, and our coolant system, and our everything, and make sure it's fine, our exhaust system, no rattles, and this and that, and all that neat fun stuff. So with that being said, here we go. I'm going to pass the camera over to my colleague here. We're going to take it from there. He's going to show you some pictures out the window here. Oh, look, see, across the street from us, and he's going to run it like this on the steering wheel and out the window. And right here, just turn the key on, and then push the start button, and there you have it. I always like going from second to first, 600 RPMs when starting, which is nice. On these older gearboxes, you like low idles. So she's nice and smooth. Then I like to shift out of first. You notice there's no real noise here. So anyway, steering's working. It feels awful stiff. Here we go. Take it nice and easy. And there we go. Great oil pressure. Oops, my fault. We also need oil on the dash pods. We're running it dead cold, seeing how it behaves for the customer. And this car would throw you in a ditch and try and pull you in a ditch. So let's see if it does the same thing. This doesn't feel right at all. Actually, it feels wholly unsafe, but it's not pulling you in a ditch anymore. So I'm going to turn this around. We're going to readjust these carburetors, check tire pressure, and see what we can do about another adjustment on this steering box. I just wanted to see what it would be like if it was sitting in a guy's garage all this time. What he would experience coming out to it and that sort of thing. You know, it's where brakes stick on, all that neat fun stuff. So we actually had rear shoes were on incorrectly too. We switched those around. So they may have been a great body man, but they sure didn't know much about the mechanics. Timing wise, we're a little bit late on it. It can be advanced a little bit more. But remember, this car is cold, and dash pods don't have full oil in them, so you can get a spit sputter for a minute too. I didn't hear it. I mean, there's no. It came in, the exhaust was rattling. You hit a bump, it'd be a big clunk. You'd go over. Don't have any of that. Whoa! This gearbox is giving them problems too. Oh my God! We'll just do it nice and easy. Here we go. Pull it back slow. There we go. Wow. Wonder what real mileage is on this car. It's just showing 4,300 miles. Oh boy. Okay, brakes aren't locking up, and it's rolling. They're releasing. And brake lid on, lid off. It's releasing. shuts. It shuts all fine. Time is not advanced, that's for sure. Starts great. 50 pounds of oil pressure at 700 RPMs. That's great. It's coming up on a temperature gauge really good. Like I said, the fuel gauge isn't working right this minute. Charging gauge works just fine where it should. This gauge sticks a little and it's a little old, so don't go by the discharge on it. It's not really. Interesting. Let's try this again. Go back nice and easy. Work it into that reverse, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what mileage is on this car. That's probably what I'm dealing with here. Whoops, careful. Slow and easy. Second gear, then first. That usually helps them get in there. The hydraulics have plenty of pressure, so. A little bit more. Don't like anything about how I feel the steering. There we go, 3400, smooth, easy, barely touching the gas. As you can see, big difference between a warm engine and cold, and not using a choke. No spit, no backfire. We'll take it up, I'll let off the gas, no deceleration thing, no popping or something. It's right on the money. Second, nice and easy. Let's see how it pulls the hill. Horn, turn signals work. All the lights work. Really came along a long way on this car. There's wires missing, wires spliced into the wrong thing. If it was for the right-hand lights, it was spliced into the left, and vice versa. You know, there's all sorts of things just not hooked up right. Just hooked up to be hooked up, barely made it. You know, made you think everything's working, but it wasn't. Dash lights were almost like non-existent. So there's ground, series of grounds that runs from gauge to gauge. That wasn't hooked up. Positive wasn't very good. The brakes are skipping. All right. so smooth, you know what I mean? I don't know why it's sticking out, but you know, that's what road tests are for. So yeah, it just takes off in a second. Yeah, that's good. Oop. My fault. Okay. Wow, it's almost like work to drive this. Things just set wrong. So anyway, we're going to go through this some more, try and get it so it's smooth, easy, more user-friendly to drive. Right now, it just seems like things were all set up wrong, different. Other stuff wasn't finished. What we've done up to this point is good. I want to take another look at the steering, see if there's something we can do without replacing a new what I think is a torn-up gearbox in it. We'll wait and see. I'm not going to condemn anything yet until I've adjusted things a couple times and see what's going on here. Other than that, it starts, runs good. Some minor adjustments and things like that should help straighten it out. Brakes, they're already squeaking. We barely drove the car, so the calipers are trying to jam on, and the brakes are trying to drag this car down some too. So we're gonna get the brakes off and rebuild the calipers and go through the hydraulics as well as the adjustments and the return springs and everything, and then that way we know it'll be good and safe on the brakes. So and then take another shot at the steering and see what we can do about it too. Electrically, coolant and fuel, we're doing okay. We just got the issue with the fuel gauge, which we'll take a look at that. Most of the wiring back here either didn't exist or it was not hooked up right or not hooked up in the right places. So you know, if that was working prior, I don't remember, you know, maybe it had the wrong wire on it or whatever. Now it's got the correct wire, so we'll check it from here to the tank and see what we need to do to correct that issue on the fuel thing. So as we went through everything by the service manual, we just put everything back the way it's supposed to be, color-wise, color code-wise, into what direction. So temperature gauge is doing fine. It's like 93 out here today, so this is cool. And oil pressure was 50 pounds at 700 RPMs. That means rods and main bearings were good. Let's see, charging was fine. Everything seems to be good. Timing, we may work on that. Let's see how it starts there. Give it a little gas. Yeah, beautiful. Fine. Shuts off good. Give it again. We may be a little lean on the carburation too. That'll take an engine longer to come back down if it's too lean. So we'll see. May not be the linkage at all, but we'll do a manual inspection on that as well. So that'll tell us. That's it. Anyway, I'm Sam Smyth. This is Sam Smyth Motorcar Service here in Cincinnati, Ohio. We specialize in Rolls-Royce and Bentley. We're an authorized service facility as an independent for Bentley Motorcars out of Crewe, England, made by VW North America, who owns the whole shoot bag. But anyway, give us a call if you need us. We're here to please anybody with a European imported car and some of the foreign cars as well. We have a few domestic cars that we work on. That Maybach, well, which is more German, but it was owned by Chrysler, I think, at the time when they developed that to compete with the European luxury cars. That was the whole design of that car during that time. And that thing, Duesenberg's not a problem. Cords, you know, not a problem. So anyway, I could sit here and list a ton. Check us on the website at Smyth Imports, SMYTH Imports, IMPORTS.com here in Cincinnati, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-793-0434. And again, this was the first drive of a Triumph that's been sitting 2.5 years and being restored in bodywork, paint and bodywork and interior. It's a 61 Triumph TR3B, and you just experienced the first time it's actually been out after been sitting and being put back together and then brought to us to check for whatever's wrong and have that fixed as well. So anyway, all the best. Cheers.